Okay, so let's talk about some of the new features in Photoshop 2018, particularly in relationship to brushes. So first of all, we have a new feature called smoothing. Now let me take this off. I'm going to take it down to 0 and let's go ahead and play with this one. Hit the F key to go to full screen mode. Let's get in a little closer. And I'm going to go ahead and just make my foreground and background color black and white. Hit the D key on the keyboard for default. And if I start to draw, have my pressure sensitivity turned on, and if I press down harder, it becomes darker. So I'm using my Wacom pen for this, okay? If you're not using your Wacom pen, for those of you who are going to be doing the assignment and have no Wacom pen, you just simply have to come up here and change the opacity manually, okay? So when you export out your brushes for me to grade, just make your changes manually between opacity and flow, and also the third icon from the left, your menu where you're making adjustments to your shape dynamics and scattering and so forth, and then you can save your brushes and then export them out. Okay, so just look at the video on exporting your brushes through Photoshop. Alright, now let's get back to what I want to talk about here. Smoothing. If we turn smoothing on, let's go to like 100%. Watch what happens. You see that little purplish line is following? What it's doing is it's creating a circular or curved pattern. So if I try to do angles, it's going to be very difficult to do because it's going to take those angles and smooth out, make a curve based on where the location begins and where you're ending. Let's go ahead and hit delete key and kind of take this out. If I turn the smoothing down, let's say something like 50% or 40%, I can get some angles in there, but it's still smoothing out my curve based on this location, okay? Let's come over here and go down to 0, and now I can create definitive curved shapes. Alright, so be aware that smoothing is on. We can alter our basically the shape from a straight line or hard angles to more of a smoother curvature result.